All right, here's a guy who got a little bit of trouble for getting his finger in the pink, rather.
Okay.
He slipped his finger in the pink, and now he's in trouble.
All right.
South Beach Masseur said his hands slipped.
Whoops.
When a woman said they stuck in the wrong place.
Where was he trying to stick?
Well, a South Beach masseur has been prohibited from massaging women after a female client accused him of fondling and sexually abusing her during a December massage.
Okay.
The emergency restriction order of Dominic Abbasi, A-B-O-S-I, was part of the Florida Department of Health's monthly report, which was released on Wednesday. Abbasi has pleaded not guilty to a charge of sexual battery without serious injury and is free on $25,000 bail. You always got to pay for that puss.
Yeah, no shit.
The restriction order says the massage in question occurred December 6th while Abbasi was working for the Tao Spa in Miami Beach.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
A woman referred to as AR was face down on the massage table wearing thong underwear under a cover. Abbasi started the 1 hour massage on AR's back.
All right.
As Mr. Abbasi worked lower and lower down the patient AR's back, Mr. Abbasi pulled the cover down, exposing the patient's buttocks.
Whoa.
Before asking the patient's permission to lower the cover. Mr. Abbasi also pulled the patient's thong underwear halfway down her buttocks as he massaged her lower back.
This story's getting sexier and sexier.
Well, got to recover from the HPV story.
Yeah, and then unfortunately he put his finger in and it fucking rotted off from HPV.
Abbasi massaged up and down AR's right leg, then went down the left leg. At one point, Abbasi put his finger inside of her.
Ooh.
The patient told Mr. Abbasi to stop, and Mr. Abbasi removed his finger and proceeded with the massage.
Yeah.
The patient was frozen in fear and shock from Mr. Abbasi's actions.
It's probably more shocked that he only was giving her a massage after that with one hand, the opposite hand,
right?
As he held the one up to his nose.
Exactly.
It's getting a good whiff.
Exactly. AR told her boss, who was treating AR to the massage as they were leaving the Tao Spa. The boss reported the allegations to Abbasi's supervisor. According to the order, Mr. Abbasi's supervisor asked Mr. Abbasi to write a statement about what happened. Mr. Abbasi complied and blamed any inappropriate touching on his part on the fact that he used too much massage oil during the massage, which caused his hand to slip too far up the patient's legs.
You're a fat girl with L.A. Gear sneakers, and I hope you hit a pole and die.
That's what he was thinking.
Exactly. Miami Beach police arrested Mr. Abbasi on December 13th.
Wow, that's tragic.
So he got one in the pink.
Yeah. And two in the clink.
Exactly. So he was rubbing this girl down, and his fingers just accidentally slipped into a place they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, whoops.
And then he got tested for HPV.
Yeah, and his fucking hand fell off.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Luckily, all he did was he lost a fingernail.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's convenient.
So there you are. So for those of you young ladies or old ladies who like to go for a massage, well, maybe you go for a massage just because of the chances of getting one in the pink.
Yeah, just want to get fingered up a little bit.
A little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's terrible, and rape is a crime.
It is.
Tragic.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm. It's the worst.
Well, since we were talking about math,
okay,
let's talk about how retarded we are, especially with this hysteria over gun violence.
Okay.
Everything looks like a gun now.
Like a gun?
A gun.
Okay.
Get this. You're going to lose your mind over this.
All right.
Students in Louisiana thought a math symbol looked like a gun, so the police were called.
The police were called?
The police were called.
Because what? Because a math symbol was written on a fucking chalkboard?
Yes.
Oh, these fucking twat kids. Just a bunch of fucking twats. My God.
A discussion among students at the Oberlin High School in Oberlin, Louisiana.
I thought you were going to say Oberlin, Ohio.
Not Oberlin, Ohio. About a mathematical symbol led to police investigation and a search of one of the students' homes. This is how ridiculous this has gotten.
They searched his home.
They searched his home.
Okay.
On the afternoon of February 20th, detectives investigated a report of a terrorist threat at the school where they learned that a student had been completing a math problem that required drawing the square root symbol.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
And the cops actually gave this any credence?
Apparently they did.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Students in the group began commenting that the symbol, which represents a number that when multiplied by itself equals another number, looks like a gun.
I'm speechless on this. This can't be a real story. This has got to be The Onion.
No, it's not The Onion.
It's got to be. This
No.
can't be real. The kids cannot be afraid of fucking a drawing of a math symbol on a piece of paper or a chalkboard. They can't be that big of pussies. They can't be. I find that hard to believe that a human being could be that big of a fucking puss.
All right.
Oh, my God. All right, continue.
After several students made comments along those lines, another student said something that the sheriff's office said that could have sounded like a threat out of context. Police searched the student's home where they found no guns or any evidence that he had any access to guns. Authorities also wrote that there was no evidence that the student had any intent to commit harm.
So what did he say?
The student used extremely poor judgment in making a comment, but in light of the actual circumstances, there was clearly no evidence to support criminal charges, the department wrote, adding that the school board had been contacted to determine any disciplinary action for the student. The investigation came about a week after gunmen opened fire at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas School in Parkland, Florida on Valentine's Day, killing 17 people and wounding 14.
Yeah.
The mass shooting sparked a wave of reported threats against other schools across the country. Threats that are still coming in by the day and have set local parents, students, and emergency officials on alert. In the Miami area alone, a school threat jumped from one a week to as many as 50 a day. Still, many on social media,
Of course, the bastion of all things,
thought a reaction to the threat in Oberlin was more than a little overblown.
Yeah, you think? Just a little? What the fuck? Dude, this story is fucking enraging.
I know, that's what I said.
The fact that adults would not say, sit down and shut the fuck up. What is wrong with I don't blame the kids. The kids kids are always going to test the level of stupidity. I blame the adults for allowing it. What kind of fucking adult is like, oh, we better be careful here. We better not fucking rattle the cage. He might have a gun.
Well,
he fucking wants to know the square root of 9.
Yeah, he's drawing a gun.
Yeah, well, did the teachers not know that they taught him that symbol? The fuck? He's in math class, I would assume. I'd imagine this didn't happen in fucking biology, right?
No, it was in math class.
So he's in math class making a math problem, and because some fucking triggered faggot fucking says, I'm scared, look at that, what he drew,
well,
they fucking go for it?
Eddie Rocks has it in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm scared. I see that symbol, man. Look it.
Looks like a gun to me.
I'm scared.
Why are you drawing a gun?
My God.
Look at Wiggles in Japan's got it right.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's what we've come down to.
I hate society. I hate it. I can't stand it. Dude, did I tell you that I mixed it up this week with my town?
No, not at all.
Yeah. I got into it on the message. My town has a message board on Facebook, and I was, and it's sad and scary that I was outnumbered like 500 to 3. But they were talking about there's on the 14th or next week sometime, there's a big mass walkout that's going to happen with the kids, I guess.
Due to what?
To protest Parkland.
Oh, gun control?
Gun control.
Okay.
Yeah. And the school boards are letting the kids walk out without fucking
challenging it. Yeah,
they're just saying, well, they're not gonna penalize them. They're not gonna fucking give them a tardy or expulsion or suspension or anything. They're just gonna say, okay, fuck it, you can go and do whatever you want.
Well, it's because everybody's afraid.
Yeah, it's
of any kind of repercussion.
It's 17 minutes to represent the 17 that got whacked at Parkland.
Okay.
And I was the only one that went in there and said, this is fucking bullshit. And I called everybody out. I was like, you know what? The reason your kids are fucking out of control is because you don't fucking teach them any discipline. Period. And then I got a bunch of fucking all the liberal horse shit.
Of course.
All of the everything that couldn't have been more true of, you're a savage and if you had kids, you would say you would be scared too.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I have kids.
Yeah, of course. I have kids that went through this fucking shitty school, and I didn't raise them to be the pussies that you're raising your kid. And I, of course, said it that way, and that did not go over well with the town. But, dude, it is so out of control. I cannot believe that fucking adults do not want to fucking teach their kids to be strong. That is what drives me bonkers, is that these parents are satisfied by teaching their kids to not be strong, to not stay. Oh, they're so brave. They're not brave. Those kids don't give two fucks. They're just happy to get out of class, and now they've been told they can do it without any repercussions. If they walk out, there should be a repercussion. If you walked out on your job, let's say that on the same day that the kids are going to go walk out, let's say that you decided to walk out on your job for 17 minutes to stand with the kids, what would your boss do?
Yeah, it's like, get back to work, fucky. What do you think I'm paying you for?
Your boss would give you one warning and then out the fucking door you would go, right?
I would believe so.
She would at least suspend you. Is that fair to say?
If there was such a thing, yeah.
And by letting these kids go completely, well, we're emotionally sad, or we're blah, 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 blah. What are you teaching these fucking kids? You're teaching them that there's no consequence when their fucking feelings are hurt. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen in the real world? When they get to the real world, are they going to be able to do that? No, they're going to fucking get a rude fucking awakening when they try to walk out on their McDonald's job, since that's all they're being trained to fucking do. And they're going to walk out, and the boss is going to say, hey, keep on walking, fuckface. I'll replace you with this goddamn machine that flips burgers now.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Well, speaking of that,
Yeah.
your girl, Tommy Lahren.
Oh, she is sexy.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
For a girl who's in her early 20s,
Yeah.
number one, she's a very attractive girl.
Boy, is she.
Number two, she lives in California.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, she's a very conservative person,
Mm-hmm.
and she does not follow the millennial stereotype
Not at all.
at all.
Right.
Well, she did a little one of her closing segments on the millennial men,
Okay.
if you want to call them men.
Fag.
Yeah, more or less. But this goes back to exactly everything that you and I have ever talked about, my biggest thing about the young guys is, their girlfriend does everything. She drives, she pumps the gas, she does everything. And while they sit there, sniveling in the passenger seat while she runs the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she did a little segment about that.
Okay.
And I'm going to play the audio from it, and we'll comment
Okay.
along the way. But
All right.
but for Tommy is 23 years old,
Okay.
and I think she hits the nail dead on.
All right.
So here we go.
I'm going to do something a little different with these final thoughts. Get a little bit more personal, if that's okay. That last segment about hazing and fraternities got my wheels turning. It brought to mind something I talk to my friends about on a daily basis, but until now haven't really shared with you, my viewers. It's not politically correct and actually not even that political, but it is important. Is it just me, or have men gotten really soft these days? I talk about the breakdown of the American family ruining our country, and this is part of it. Yeah, I know the feminists are going to go crazy over this because there are women's studies classes dedicated to demonizing masculinity, so there's one symptom of a larger disease. Who would have thought in 2016 we would be holding up frat boys as the last line of defense against an all-out pansy fest? And this has nothing to do with sexuality, by the way. More so it has to do with the helplessness of today's young men. It seems few can change a light bulb, let alone fix a flat tire or change oil. And that makes for pretty slim pickings for the females out there looking for a match. Chivalry is all but dead, and so is manliness. And by the way, wearing a flannel shirt and having a beard doesn't make you a man if you still can't change a tire and you're scared of the dark. It seems like millennial men either don't have jobs or they are still using their parents' credit cards to buy us drinks at the bar. Oh, and for the record, I buy my own drinks. So whose fault is it? Is it our fault, ladies? Are we getting too strong? No, I don't buy that. See, a real man knows how to handle a strong woman, so this isn't our problem. Maybe it's the way boys are raised these days. Fatherless homes and no male role models. It's hard to learn how to be a man with no man around. But even stable families are failing, though. If your son thinks cleaning his room is a chore, that's your fault, not his. If you take your 7-year-old son into the ladies' room, that's your fault, not his. Please teach your sons how to be men, because the women of the world are tired of the boys. As always, those are my final thoughts. You know what I think. I want to know what you think. Tweet me at Tommy Lahren, and let's start the conversation. I'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place. God bless, and take care.
She is so sexy.
Yeah.
She's right, but oof, I'm just imagining her saying these things again. And I like that she's a strong chick that wants to be handled.
Yeah.
I like that.
Can't even change a tire or change oil.
Yeah. She's right. I mean, there's not a word that she said that's wrong, in my opinion, there.
Yeah.
She is 100% correct. And she's so right about these fucking bearded fags. I'm so tired of that fucking hipster look.
Well, I told that story last week on the show about, the couple that was in the grocery store. That's exactly what the guy looked like. Had the beard, had the flannel shirt on. Honey, would it be okay if I got a couple of energy drinks?
No!
More or less, yeah.
Ugh. What a fucking loser. God. Death can't come soon enough. Dude, it's... Are you not afraid on some level of what's coming?
Well, it is coming, and I don't know if fear is a concern for me so much as just I really don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know if it's fear so much as just bracing for the worst.
Yeah, it just... I mean, maybe fear is not the right word. I'm not afraid necessarily, because Lord knows I'll probably be the grumpy old 70-year-old guy that'll be fucking still tougher than all these fucking pussies. But it's just so... I don't know that I could live day to day in that world. I don't know. Let's say I end up in a nursing home. Hope to God I die just in my sleep, or my fucking heart stops or whatever. But let's say, for the sake of argument, I end up in some kind of nursing home. And I'm surrounded by these fucking 25-year-olds with their fucking faggy beards and their stupid fucking flannel shirts. And they're all soft and, and that's the only people I have in my world day to day. My kids all abandoned me because I'm a piece of shit. And all I have left is these fucking queers.
Right. These fucking queers.
I can't imagine what that would do. Wouldn't you just have to find a way to hold the pillow over your own face until you die? I would have to find a way to kill myself if that was all I had. I can't fathom that I would want to stay, not one more day, if that was all I had, was these soft fucking jizz balls. Ugh. That scares me. I'm going to change back. I'm going to say, yeah, that does scare me. That's like a horror movie to me. That's an episode of The Twilight Zone. Chris is taken care of by millennial faggots. Tonight on The Twilight Zone.
Right.
You envisioned a time when you would retire. But what do you get? Jizzbag faggots taking care of you. Tonight on the Twilight Zone. I could just see that now. I'm Rod Serling, the gay grandson of the real Rod Serling. Ugh, just tragic, man.
It is.
These stories make me just ill. Just ill, man.
Well, I can't say that I argue with you.
Yeah, it's just sad.
All right. You want to do one more, or you need to take a break?
No, I'm good.
All right. Let's see here. I was just looking at some of the listener emails.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll do one short one here.
Okay.
This is funny. This happens in one of our favorite states.
Florida?
Yes. She filled her neighbor's door locks with Superglue.
Okay.
And it wasn't the first time.
And now she's what, going to prison forever?
I don't know if it's forever.
All right.
Rodrigo Camus saw an opportunity when he thought his townhome, when he bought his townhome in October 2017. He remodeled the unit and has been trying to flip it, but he's been foiled again and again by his less than friendly Lakewood Forest neighbor.
Okay.
I've changed the doorknobs like 5 times and cleaned spray paint, he said. He's also recorded the incident on Monday when Lott came at him, threatening him with a club. The Harris County Constable's Office, Precinct Number 4, issued a warrant for the arrest for Rose Lott, 64, back in January, according to the news station. Lott was arrested for criminal mischief Wednesday afternoon. Camus says Lott has been harassing him for months. He's been trying to sell his home since the renovations were completed in December, but as soon as the for sale sign went up, the hostilities began. He found spray paint on his home's exterior, threatening messages taped to his windows, for sale signs ripped out of the yard, and all manners of items stuck inside of his door locks, preventing him from getting inside, according to the Chronicle. The locks were allegedly superglued more than once. Another time, the paper clips had been forced into his keyholes.
Oh, my God.
This is a whack-ass neighbor.
No shit.
According to photos Camus released to the newspaper, some of the threats scrawled on the duct tape accuse him of trespassing on her property, one townhome down. But it's Lott who can be seen trespassing on Camus's property on surveillance video he presented to the law enforcement. It's made all the potential buyers quite scared, Camus alleges. Lott has faced similar charges twice before, and that in 2016 her attorney withdrew from representing her because she would not cooperate. But the whole episode leaves one question. Why is she doing this?
Yeah, I was going to ask that question. It must be because she's nuts.
Yeah. She claims that her house should be bigger and that there's some square feet missing. So obviously it's in mine. So just like you said, she's nuts.
This poor guy. All he wants to do is sell this fucking place and get as far away from this bitch as possible.
Yeah. There's some of my property is missing.
Right.
So she thinks that some of her square footage is gone.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So she's just been making an effort to go out there and make this guy's life miserable.
Right. And she's doing a good job, apparently.
So, anyway, look out for your nutty neighbors.
Yeah, no shit. How tragic is that, dude? It's, in this day and age, and I say this all the time, a home is definitely not, in the past it was your future. You owned a home which you could always sell for, your future, if you needed to. It is just not, there's no value to owning a home anymore. The property values are always shit these days, and maybe that's just me being a homeowner. I see that now. You're always liable for every little fucking thing that goes wrong in your home. And at the drop of a dime, you could have a neighbor next to you that just fucking wrecks your property.
Yeah, more or less.
God, just tragic, man. I can't believe this guy hasn't just shot this woman. Well, I hope she finds the square feet that are missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a loon. Can't they get her locked up for that?
I guess they have to catch her in action or something.
Couldn't they catch her saying that she lost square feet of her house? Wouldn't that be enough to put her into fucking a psych hold or something? My God. That just sucks.
Yeah. So you got to watch out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, for those of you who are on the East Coast,
yes,
our clocks move forward.
Yes,
an hour.
Spring forward.
Exactly. So in about 45 minutes, for those of you on the East Coast, you'll move your clocks forward.
You don't move your clock?
Well, I'm on Central Time. So it'll be an hour and 45 minutes for me. It's for those on the East Coast.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Oh, I didn't realize that the time changed different for each coast.
At 2 a.m.
I did not. I just thought at 2 a.m. Eastern time, everybody's clocks changed.
No, it's 2 a.m. I guess for everybody.
I did not realize that.
But I could be wrong.
So who are you going to do the show with for the last hour that you have to do?
Well, we give them 6 hours on the days that the clocks move back, and we give them 6 hours on the days that the clocks move forward, so they get nothing extra tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
You mean I can't leave in 45 minutes?
No.
Now we're rolling tonight.
You got somewhere to go?
I got nowhere to go. I'm fucking hopped up on coffee. I've drank 12 cups of coffee tonight, so I'm
well. Good
I'm
because there are some segments coming up here where Judge Aiken's good judgment needs to be exercised.
Speaking of that, going on sale this week, as soon as Zazzle decides to approve it, will be your very own Judge Aiken postage stamps.
Oh, nice.
I took that picture and made fucking postage stamps.
Well, speaking of advertising, our good friend Stevie Rochelle over at Metal Sludge has put some banner ads for the Classic Metal Show over at metalsludge.tv.
Right. Yeah, he did us a nice solid there. They look cool. Did you like the ad? Did you like the banners?
I did. So if you're a fan of Metal Sludge, or if you check out that site, you'll notice that the CMS banners are over there.
Yep, getting a little love from the Metal Sludge.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, let's take a short break. I'm going to go refill the drink, and then we got an hour and 45 minutes.
All right.
But I'm going to dedicate this guy to that guy that is being tormented from his crazy neighbor.
Right.
I'm going to play you some Habitual Sins.
All right.
This one comes from their Personal Demons release.
Cool.
And this one is called Forever Tormented.
Nice.
All right, here it is. It's Habitual Sins exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.